Text. The 19th Amendment was signed into law August 26, 1920. This was the result of efforts from barrier-breaking women like Ida B. Wells, Alice Paul, and many other women. Quotes appear. Ida B. Wells. The way to right wrongs is to turn the light of truth upon them. Alice Paul. There will never be a new world order until women are a part of it. Over 100 years later, women are still breaking barriers and daring to imagine. Women doing conservation work in parks are part of that tradition. Here are some of their stories. Episode 1. A photograph shows Kayla Fermin, a smiling woman with light brown skin holding a net. A quote, "Maps can save the world."
Claudia, welcome to this place. We're in the ancestral homelands of the Clatsop and Chinookan-speaking peoples. Currently, the National Park Service manages this place as Lewis and Clark National Historical Park.
So I've always cared for the environment, and I knew whatever I chose to pursue as my career, I had to make a difference. That was something instilled in me at a very young age. Most of my family are in the service fields, and growing up in New Jersey in a super fun site, I needed to have this connection to nature. So I attended Syracuse University. I was studying biology, and then sophomore year, I was up at 4 a.m. as college students do. I was painting, and I realized I was not going to be happy unless I was also being creative. I eventually took a geography class, and I fell in love with cartography. And cartography is literally defined as the art and science of map making. It's the perfect combination of the things that I love. Maps are authoritative. People look at maps as visualizations of real data, and they take them as truth. There is a lot of power in one who can analyze data and visualize it for the wider public. And with that, there's the social responsibility to make a difference. And so maps can really save the world. I began my work at the park as a mosaics and science diversity intern, and my job was to analyze 10 years of vegetation data from the park's tidal wetland restoration projects. The final product was a very lengthy report and poster. I found that there's a major divide between those who have knowledge and then those who are seeking knowledge, but that knowledge isn't presented in a manner that's digestible. My family wasn't going to read my lengthy report. So to bridge that gap in science communication, I created an interactive story map about the wetland restoration projects and the monitoring that we conduct in the park, so that even fourth graders could understand the importance of the work that we're doing. There was this moment when I truly understood representation does matter, and my place at the park is well beyond my title and job description. So at the time, I was working at the visitor center as an interpretive park ranger, and a young girl walked in with her mother, and she had the biggest brown eyes that were instantly glued to me. I was like, oh, let me guide her through her junior ranger book. Her mother, she noticed that day when they entered the visitor center, she saw how her daughter looked at me and instantly gravitated toward me, probably feeling comforted by seeing someone that looked just like her. You know, brown skin, curly hair, brown eyes. Her mother took the time and thanked me for taking the time to make her daughter's visit special, but also just for being me, just for being myself and being in a uniform and doing my job. And that was definitely one of the first moments that I felt and lived and experienced diversity matters. It is crucial for us to share our different perspectives and be a model for our youth. And I think we're learning that more and more at this time. There's a side of this that's exhausting. It's exhausting having to be the one to stand up and speak up for others. It's exhausting to have to be the token to answer all the questions, but it also is so valuable to be able to connect with someone when they're visiting these sacred, special places. And that's what service is about. That's what the National Park Service is about, for me at least.
She turns around to show off her National Park Service Pride shirt. Text, special thanks to Kayla Fermin. A logo, dare to imagine. Learn more at go.nps.gov/DTI. A logo, National Park Service.